These are the solutions for homework assignment number 2 in Course 1, Class 1. Question number 1 says a number x is increased by 20% and result is 168. What is the number? So we have the number x plus 20% of x equals 168. Add these two together, you get 1.2 total x's equals 168. Divide both sides by 1.2. Cancel out here. Oh, this is a 2. Using my calculator, I get x equals 140. Correct answer is A. Question 2 looks familiar. We see an oak tree's height is directly proportional to the length of its shadow. At 3 p.m. you measure the shadow of an 8-foot tall oak tree. So it is 8 feet tall, and you measure its shadow to be 3.5 feet in length. At the same time of day, you measure another oak tree's shadow to be 13 feet long, but you don't know how tall it is. That's an x. Sets up a problem where we cross multiply, and we get 3.5x equals 8 times 13 using my calculator, 104. Divide both sides by 3.5. Cancel out here, and using my calculator again, I get x equals 29.7 feet. Correct answer is H. In this problem, we see that it costs Beats by Dre $14 to make a pair of their least expensive headphones, which the company then sells for $200. The selling price is what percent of the manufacturing cost? So $200, that's the selling price, is what percent of $14? So divide both sides by 14. They cancel out here, leaving you x equals 200 divided by 14. And it is, the answer you come up with here is 14.28 or 14.29. But remember that when you're talking about percentages, here it's going to get, that decimal point's going to get moved over 2 places. And so the selling price is 1,429% of the manufacturing cost. A. Problem number 4 says a number, so a number is increased by 30%. So a number x is increased by 30%, so it's going up by 30%. And then the result of that number is then decreased by 15%. The final number is what percent of the original number? It's important to keep in mind that when you're dealing with percentages, everything's out of 100. So here we have the original number is 100%, so 1, right? 1x plus, it's increased by 30%, so plus 0.3x. So it's the original number plus another 30% of it. And then it's decreased by 15%. But this is the part where you got to remember that if it's decreased by 15%, then the percent that's left over is whatever's left over out of 100. In this case, it's 85%. Those two add up to be 100. So it increased by 30% here, And the resulting number, so this whole set right here, is then decreased by 85% or 0.85. So what you end up getting is a problem that looks like 1.3x inside the parentheses times 0.85. And you get, using your calculator, the solution will be 1.105. But because remember you're dealing in percentages, you need to move that decimal point over 2 places, because the answer that you're going to find that is a correct answer is 110.5H. Here, David's test scores were 76, 82, 84, and 72. What score does David need on his fifth test so that his average will be 80? Again, you've got 5 tests and he wants to average 80 across 5 tests. So total number of points he needs to earn is 400 points. So you kind of just check to see how many he has so far. 76, 82, 84, 72. This is 158. This is 156. This becomes 314. He needs to get up to 400. He's at 314. He needs to score an 86 on the test. C. Question 6 asks, what's the median of the following data set? It's good to know how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are a total of 7. The middle of that is going to be the fourth number. You've got 3 before it and 3 after it. So the fourth number from the bottom or from the top. So the smallest number, there's 1, then 5, then 6. The next number that I come to, the fourth number, is 10. That's the median. Didn't even need to write them out. G. Question 7 says Jill bowled 242, 186, 256, and 220. If her league drops her lowest game score when computing her average, what's her average bowling score according to her league? So we dropped the lowest score. In this case, it's 186, leaving us with 242, 256, 220. If you want, you can use your calculator, or you can just add them up. 718. She's bowled a total of 3 games. Use your calculator now, and you come up with 239.33 repeating, or rounding to 239. Question 8 says a $155 pair of sunglasses is on sale for 45% off. What's the sale price of the sunglasses? If it's 45% off, again, remember it's what's left out of 100. So if it's 45% off, that means it's 55% on. In other words, you're going to pay 55% of $155. That's how much you're going to pay. So that's 0.55 of, or times, 155 will give you your answer, which is $85.25 each. Question 9 says, in his last 11 games, LeBron James scored 37, 27, 29, 18, 17, 27, all these points. What's his average points per game during that stretch? They were kind enough to tell us that there are a total of 11 games. So now all we need to do is add up those points using our calculator. So the total points that he's earned across all 11 games is 278 total points divided by the 11 games. Again, use your calculator. You come up with 25.272, so 25.3 games, or points per game, rounded to D25. Finally, question 10 says a score of 36 out of 40, 36 out of 40 is what percent of 100? Cross multiply, you get 40x equals 3600. Divide both sides by 40. Can cancel these out here. You can cancel out the zeros here. And 4 going into 360 90 times. It is 90%. Okay, congratulations. Good job. You finished your homework assignment.